Okay, hey. So, for those of you just joining me, I'm folding the egg whites that I just whisked up until they were just short of like meringue, like stiff peaks, but they were pretty, they about doubled in volume. And I'm just gonna fold from the outside in without mixing. I want to keep those air bubbles. It's almost ready. Okay. You can also use whipped cream. That'll give it some consistency. Hey, Rita. Making tiramisu here. I was starting it before, but then I kind of messed up on the egg whites. I guess I forgot that lesson of like you can't do those ahead of time. So what I'm gonna do, and this is kind of the rather boring part, is that you just kind of just do a quick soak of the savoiardi, which are ladyfingers, just basically that. Little cookies. You can also use sponge cake if that's what you have. I've eaten it like that before, and you don't want them too soaked. Those probably weren't soaked enough. There we go. That's a little better. Or the crust gets like really soggy, and that's no fun. So just kind of lining it up. Hey, Linda. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in a long time. You get to see me like in my apron with no makeup on. This is just me at home cooking in my happy place. Actually, I'd really probably be watching football, and maybe one of these days I'll put a TV in my kitchen too. But for the time being, no TV, because we're just weird that way. But and it's also a small kitchen. Oh my gosh. Hubby is hungry. I can hear him. He's like pacing, and he wants to come in the kitchen, but he doesn't want to be on video. So, poor thing, but he will like the tiramisu, that's for sure. So you're just going to line the bottom of I'm using 2 smaller glass pans because if I have enough extra, I'm going to take it to my neighbor. And actually I saved the containers from the mascarpone because they're really good to like just share some tiramisu and leave it with somebody, and then they don't have to give you your pan back because that's always a pain because you never get it back. So I'm going to try and push these in here so that there's enough crust, and I may have to cut this in half. So there we go, because you want to fill it in because it's going to kind of make like the crust of the cake. And now there's a little bit there that I want to fill in too. So it's kind of like I said, it's more cooking than baking because you don't have to be super, super, super particular. I'm going to try and angle the camera so you can see what I did down here. And if you can see, I just, I think you can see. I can't see that. So you should be able to see the, yeah, let me move this. There, you can probably see that a little bit better. And then I'm just going to spoon the mascarpone mixture on top. So I'm going to have enough here to like really make some extra, which is good because I usually run out. So we're just going to kind of smooth it, and I don't want a super thick layer because I'm going to try and do 2 layers on this. It really tastes better and it looks better when there's 2 layers. So put a little more. Alrighty. And before we put more ladyfingers, that's when the chocolate comes in. So make sure that's more or less even. Then we're going to sprinkle it with some chocolate. And I have grated dark chocolate, which is super yummy, and also powdered chocolate. So I just sprinkle a light layer of both. And I grated it ahead of time because I used to do it right on the cake and it was kind of a pain and super messy. So then we're gonna put some in here, and I just like to, with a little tiny strainer, just cover it up. And I have tons of this other stuff, so it's gonna also soak up some of the extra liquid, if there's any, in the mascarpone mixture. So there we go. And then we're gonna put another layer of ladyfingers. And I'm going to try and put them in the other direction. It'll just make it a little, I don't know, different. So there we go. And if you're watching this after the fact and you want the recipe that I sort of use, because I kind of do use one loosely, is, but it's in Italian. It's super easy. So, and I can already tell, I think I'm going to run out of coffee. So I'm probably just going to do this one and then go offline and make some more coffee, because my little egg white issue made me run out of what I had prepared, because I think I had enough, but I might not have anyway, so. Alrighty. So one more layer. Hey, Renee, how are you doing? Happy Small Business Saturday. And hey, those of you out there that support my business, I can't say thank you enough. If you support other small businesses, believe me, when you support them, they're doing the happy dance like I do every time, no matter if it's just for a lip balm. There's me doing the happy dance, and boy, yeah, I never kind of realized how, I mean, I say, you know, Small Business Saturday, whatever, but now that I'm kind of wearing that shoe, it's a really big deal. So then we're going to put another layer. Boy, I'm going to have enough of this mixture to, like, I don't know, I can make a ton of this stuff. So that's okay. I may have to go to the store now and get some more of the ladyfingers. But that's okay. My crazy husband is, well, my sane husband is used to me being crazy. So I'm just going to kind of get this all the way out to the edges. And I think you can see, yes. Because I can't see with those silly comments on there. I mean, the comments aren't silly, but I can't figure out how to, with my fingers all messy, to remove the screen, remove the comments from the feed. So then I'm just going to spread some more on top of this, covering up all the ladyfingers. And I think that my fancy lid that I have for this container is not going to be able to go on, but that's okay. I've got some of the waxed cloth, or I'll just put toothpicks in it and cover it up while it sets up in the fridge. And there we go. You just want to cover all the sides. And it's not, I mean, I guess there are ways you could do it super fancy, but I don't. And on this layer, I'm going to put the powdered chocolate first. And then I'm going to put the dark chocolate that I grated. And you see, with one of these little handheld, just little strainer, it's super easy to just make it look fancier than it actually is. If you do it by hand, it's not even. I'm still gonna have to clean up my counter, but that's okay. And I'm gonna put a little bit more of this because it really offsets the sweetness. And this is unsweetened. The dark chocolate has some sugar in it, so. Oh my gosh, here comes my husband again. Oh, gee, sto ancora cucinando. Yeah. Okay. So then some grated dark chocolate, and it just makes it look prettier, I think. And this I do by hand, and then you can kind of tell it's done by hand. And to be honest, tiramisu is better like 24 hours later in the fridge. So we're not eating this tonight. We're going to eat it tomorrow. And there we go. And tomorrow I will show a picture of when we actually eat it. But you can see in there the 2 layers and on the top. So yeah. Yay. And now I can like figure out how I'm going to make this amount of mascarpone last for the rest of the savoiardi that I have. Well, I'll make it work or I'll run to the store again. So thank you for joining. Hey, Linda, other Linda. Oh, maybe I got the Linda wrong before. Oh, no, there were 2 Lindas. Hey, Linda from the West Coast. Tiramisu, I'll post a picture tomorrow of the proof of the pudding is in the eating, right? Alrighty, happy Small Business Saturday to everybody, and thanks for watching. Bye.